All right, so here's Brad Inman's real estate predictions for 2022. He's saying here's to a sober year. You'll catch the theme of what he means by that as we go through them. So, Nicole, you and I will go through each prediction.
Are you going to actually click it? Are you going to hit your answer?
Yeah, I already did on my end.
Oh, so you already did?
We'll link up the article, and you can actually click. So there's about 2,500 people that have voted on each one of Brad's predictions. So I like that he did that better this year. Usually he'll do a write-up on them. This year he basically just did a poll on each prediction. So he makes his prediction, then you can say agree or disagree. Nicole will do the same as we go through these and say whether we agree or disagree. Number one prediction, he's got 14 of them. Mortgage rates will rise.
That one I agree with.
I agree. 96% of people polled also agree. Bank rate agrees. Navy Federal agrees. They're both between 3.7 and 4% by the end of the year. Obviously, with the Fed raising interest rates, not mortgage rates, but federal interest rates, 3 times in the next year, that should have an impact. It's not a direct impact on mortgage rates, but should have some impact. So I think this is a lock. 96% of people agree. Number two, a buyer's market will come ashore as supply increases. So we're entering 2022 at the lowest point of inventory ever. In most markets. But Brad is predicting that by the end of the year, I guess he's saying by the end of the year, because we're certainly not coming into this situation in the year, that it'll turn into a buyer's market as supply increases. Now, a buyer's market has to go above 5 or 6 months of inventory. We're like at 2 or less than 2 months of inventory right now. So it has to jump quite a bit. To get there. Do you agree or disagree, Nicole?
I 100% disagree.
Yeah, so you don't think there's any chance it gets to 5 or 6 months of inventory or above?
No, I don't believe it'll be over the 6-month mark. Never.
I disagree.
Yeah.
And 69% of people polled disagree. And you could say, hey, maybe agents are living in the moment right now. This is the market now, but as these interest rates spike, more inventory is going to come on. There's going to be less buyers, and there'll be inventory sitting there. And by the end of the year, we're going to be above 6%. That's what Brad says. And there's 31% of people that agree with him. I just don't happen to be one of them. I think we'll get closer to 5 or 6 months by the end of the year. I do think in quarter 3 and quarter 4 is when we'll start to see inventory increase. I just think like with the absorption we're going to have in quarter 1 and quarter 2 due to the demand and the limited inventory we're starting the year with, and the fact that a lot of people just like, what am I going to do? I'm going to go move and buy something that's, so high in value right now. I don't see it happening very quickly.
And then with the rates increasing too. So it'll be very interesting. But
number 3, this is an interesting one. And when the people that were polled, about 2,500 people again, they were 50-50 down the middle on this, 51% and 49%, but you can call that 50-50, right?
Oh, I haven't even answered it yet.
I've already clicked. So
you're already giving away the goods.
Well, it's 50-50 and not really. How would that be the goods?
I don't know. You said 51-49.
Here's the question.
Yes.
Or here's his prediction. The luxury housing market will cool. The rich are on standby with big ticket items as economic and pandemic uncertainty jolt confidence. In Palm Beach, crickets are all you can hear, one top producing agent says. Nicole, do you agree or disagree?
I disagreed.
You disagreed.
I did disagree.
I wish there was a third option here, like neutral on this. I don't think the luxury housing, and he just says it will cool. So, I certainly don't think it's going to collapse. I guess I'm in agreement that it won't be as screaming hot as it was in 2021. So if that's what he means by cool, a little more context would have been. And listen, Palm Beach, crickets are all you can hear. I wonder what they're talking about on a price range for luxury. It's probably over 10 million. Certainly, like in Naples, Florida, you don't hear crickets. You just have like no inventory, multiple offers in a lot of the like 500 to $1.5 million price ranges, obviously. But that ultra, when they're saying luxury in some of these markets like Palm Beach, that could mean over 10 million. It likely does.
Okay.
And maybe that has stopped, but luxury is different in every single market.
I agree. I don't think it's cooling. I don't see it cooling.
You don't see it cooling. You see it.
I see it maintaining.
Being the same, or
I do. I see it. Okay. I see it staying the same. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Staying the same. Mm-hmm. I would say I'm going to go with agree, and this is right down the line here: 51 to 49% agree, 51 agree, 49% disagree. I would say I'm only agreeing just because I think it won't be as white hot, maybe a tick down. So I guess that.
That would be a cool. That'd be, I guess, that'd be a cool. That's a cool. Okay. Yeah.
Number 4, real estate celebrities will begin to look silly in a tougher market. So this is what he means by sober, a sobering year, this theme of him believing this is a tougher market. Next year, those who understand the business of grinding out real estate deals will get stars on Hollywood Boulevard.
I guess I'm not really loving the wording on this one. Like real estate celebrities, what is
real estate celebrities? So when we say real estate celebrities, what comes to mind to you?
I mean, at this point, it's like all everyone on TikTok, right?
Oh, TikTok. I'm thinking Bravo, like Ryan Serhant. I'm thinking the Altman brothers. I'm thinking, have you ever watched the TikTok of Josh Flagg, his TikTok?
I haven't. No, but it looks like Josh and the brothers are starting. They're joining forces. I saw that. Yeah. Somehow.
I don't know if they're joining. No, I don't think their company's joining. I think they're just doing
the
show
together. They are. That's what I meant. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
But Josh Flagg's TikTok, just a little side note here. You'd love it. All he talks about is drinking. That's it. That's all he does.
Yeah. So I guess if you're talking about like Altman, and I mean they have, but they've been in the business like years before a great market too. Right. I mean they've been grinding.
They've been in bad market, good market.
100%. So if that's what you're talking about, then I disagree. I guess if you're talking about like local real estate celebrities, the ones that all of a sudden feel like they've also like that they started doing well this year. Those, yes, maybe won't. But I'll be honest, it's been a great year and you've had to grind. It still hasn't been an easy market. Yeah. I mean, keeping deals together or winning multiple offers. So I kind of feel like I have to disagree with this one.
I'm on the disagree side only because I'm with you how I define the real estate celebrities. I am thinking of the Ryan Serhants. I am thinking of the Altman brothers, and those individuals know and understand how to grind out real estate deals. I'm in agreement that the people that are heavy units, and those guys are heavy units on a luxury side, but certainly not how we define heavy units. I mean, Nicole, our team's going to do 500 units, did 500 units in 2021.
Yeah.
As long as everything closes this week, we'll break 500, right? And so that's a lot of units. The teams, the agents that understand how to do top 0.5% units in their market are going to be fine. Certainly the people that to your point, had this like fluke of a year and thought that they were a celebrity,
or like they just got their license this year and I did 20 deals. Like it's not always easy to do 20 deals
it's about putting it
shitty
up
market
year after year after year. So I'm going to disagree with Brad's prediction only because of how I define and think about the real celebrities of real estate. And certainly even the social celebrities, if you call them that I follow, these are people with real businesses. That I'm interested in following anyway.
But they are grinding. So it's like, I guess I hate that word grinding, but I mean, they are grinding. Like
you don't like that word.
I hate the word. It's like hashtag hustle. Like what the, like I hustle, like watch the hustle. Like I don't, if you have to actually say that you're grinding and that like you're hustling, that are you really?
So what are you going to be doing in 22? You're not grinding. You're not hustling, Nicole. What's your word?
I have to have a word.
Yeah, what's your word? Just putting in the work?
Well, just like, I don't know.
Doing it?
Doing it, yeah.
Doing it.
Oh my God, that would be a horrible hashtag, doing it. Like that's
doing it.
Look.
You should own it.
But Byron, remember we were just talking about our new team, like words and like our mission, remember? And we wanted to be the Nike of real estate.
Yeah.
So it's like just doing it. Yeah, it's sort of like the curvature on that.
Well, the Nike of real estate is such a great way to think about your team, and people could steal this if they wanted to. Nike's mission statement. Do you remember what it was, Nicole?
Yeah, it was to be better than.
It was just to dominate competitors.
Dominate competitors. All right. I thought they specified a certain, but no, you're right, to dominate.
They did specify. They go deeper. Like they want to just like make Adidas look silly was kind of like the reason behind that.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people say don't think about your competitors, but Nike's just full force of like we just want to be so dominant is very inspiring. So
yes.
All right. Anyway. Totally off topic. Number 5.
Well, so but did you give the percentage of the people that did agree?
Yeah. So the people that agree with him, I don't think I did. So thank you. The people that agree with him are 72%. That was the majority.
I'm surprised. Well, I also
we're both
feel like
disagree. So
we are. Well, I feel like maybe there's some haters. There's some haters out there.
Oh, for sure.
Some jelly haters.
For sure. I mean,
it's just jealousy is a mean, horrible thing in this business.
Well, we see that in the local boards. Connecticut's the biggest example of 2021 haters, the politics they're playing there, getting all the teams to change their names because the industry's deathly afraid of teams. That would have been a prediction I would have made. I think he did make that prediction a few years ago that teams take over the industry. They've done it. The prediction I'm making now in 2022 is that the industry, the people that are afraid of these celebrities become even more afraid of team dominance.
Right.
Number 5, peekaboo. Off-market listings will become an endangered species. In a new market, exposure will trump insider deal making.
That I agree with. I agree. Right now,
okay.
100%.
So you think off-market? I just had somebody yesterday ask me to look at their house next week.
Yeah.
In the new development we have on the golf course, that they would be a resale. And they said, you've got all this interest. We want you to market off-market. So... And I think in the luxury,
wait, I don't mean to interrupt there, but clearly they don't really want to sell,
well,
but they're willing to sell if you can get them the right price. In my mind, that's true for me. Like that's true for 99% of the people. In my mind,
sell Nicole. You're a liar.
That is true.
Every year I can predict Nicole will not sell her house and collect on that prediction.
Yeah, that is true. Sorry. But I'm just saying, I mean, for the right price.
I think off-market listings will not be an endangered species when it comes to the luxury price point. You've got in the median price points in almost every market, you've got to be foolish to do it with the amount of activity and the chance that you have of seeing multiple offers and a price war on your property. You'd have to be foolish to do that in median and average price points in your market. But again, luxury, I could see this still being a thing.
Well, but again, he's not specifying luxury here.
Yeah, but I'm going to specify. I would agree for median price points and I would disagree for luxury.
I agree with the whole thing.
64% agree. So 64% of people are on your side that they agree with that.
Yeah.
Number 6, as always, good houses will command robust prices. I am too poor to be cheap. I agree, and so do. What do you, Nicole?
98%. Yeah, I agree too. Yeah.
98% of people agree.
Yeah.
That's an easy one. We always say that.
Mm-hmm.
Equality will spread its wings, creating opportunity for the entire industry. The percentage on the agree, disagree on people polled was shocking to me on this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Why were you so surprised?
Well, what's your answer? Equality will spread its wings, creating opportunity for the entire industry.
So the problem here is that there's a hope as opposed to what will
this
really
is his
happen.
Prediction. This is Brad's prediction that
I know,
equality will spread its wings.
So my hope is that I would agree, but the disagreement is just I agreed. But
you agree that equality will spread its wings in the real estate industry.
Is that I agree, but yes. My gut
I don't want your hope. I want your prediction.
No, but that's what my hope is that it will spread. But I'm not so certain that it's going to create a ton of opportunity for the entire industry.
So are you an agree or disagree?
I agreed.
I agree too. Only 48% of people agree. So 52% of people disagree that equality is going to spread its wings and create opportunity for the entire real estate industry. Nicole, why do you think so many people, and this is what was shocking to me, so many people disagree that there's going to be equal opportunity in this industry?
Well, I think for so long we've been talking about it, and I don't know that there's a ton of confidence that is leading people to believe that this will be the year for that.
To me, this might be one of the industries that create the most opportunity for people outside of if you want to climb NAR and your local board, which is extremely political and a bunch of hot garbage. Outside of that, if you want to grow in this industry, I think you can do it as anybody or anything. And so I think those opportunities outside of the ever politicized boards are going to be there. So I agree. Number 8, proof. California Association of Realtors executive and Woman Up co-founder Sarah Suchin will become the next car CEO. I haven't been following this, so I have no idea.
Well,
I would agree just because I think he's got inside baseball.
Clearly, most don't either, because if you look at the tally of votes, that one dropped by by over 600. Like 600 people just skipped it.
I think unless you're part of CAR, you don't care.
Well, I suppose. But yeah, so I agreed with that one as well.
I'm going to root for her. Go Sarah. I agree with you. I think Brad's got some inside baseball, so I hope you get it.
Yep.
Number 9, the DOJ will continue to drag National Association of Realtors through the mud until the entire brokerage process comes transparent. NAR CEO Bob Goldberg will declare victory.
I agreed with that one. I think that we still have a long road to go with the DOJ.
I agree that DOJ is not going to stop. And 87% of people agree with us, Nicole.
Yep.
I also agree that no matter what happens, the puppet CEO of NAR, Bob Goldberg, will declare victory either way, because that's just what he does. He's going to turn it into like him doing something special for the industry. And so I agree with that. I think that's the angle Brad's taking. Maybe I could be completely off base there, but what do you think, Nicole?
Well, I already said I agree.
All right. No, I'm talking about my Bob Goldberg statement.
Oh, I'm not getting involved in any of your statements. No.
Number 10, the Keller Williams and Douglas Elliman IPOs will face a lukewarm reception as the real estate market suffers and as stock equities remain volatile. Valuations across the sector will be depressed. So we talked about, he was right, that Compass would IPO this past year, 21, and it would have a good reception, so not a lukewarm reception, and then it would fall down. So watching Compass, I've got to agree with Brad here that there's going to be a lukewarm reception to Keller Williams IPO and Douglas Elliman's IPO, because Compass's IPO this year, they've lost 54% year to date as of right now, as of this minute. They are trading at a pathetic $9.12 when they opened the year at over $20. And I predicted this. I was way ahead of the curve first guessing this, that Compass stock was completely overvalued when it IPO'd. I never bought any of it. And that has proven to be right. I wouldn't be surprised if this Compass stock goes even lower. It was dramatically overvalued, and most IPOs can be overvalued. So I think Keller Williams, Douglas Elliman are just going to come out flat, and they'll probably maybe not KW, but they'll probably both lose year to date this year.
So I agreed with this. I don't follow the market quite like you do, but I agreed.
Good. All right.
Yep.
78% of people agree.
Yeah.
Number 11, power buyers, which are cash offer fintech startups, will need to adjust when home buyers aren't in a crazed competition for every listing. So see this theme? He continues to think the market is going to slow down.
So that's the problem that I have here, because I do agree if the buyers aren't in crazed competition, but I think that they will continue to be in a crazed situation. So again, it's a shitty way to preface this whole thing, because I do think that they will need to adjust, but I don't think it's going to be next year, because I don't think that there's going to be a problem with there being competition at each listing. So I guess I disagree.
I kind of disagree too, because for quarter one, quarter two, we're going to be in a crazed competition. Now, I agree with his overall thesis that power buyers, which is like the new thing as opposed to iBuyers, are going to need to adjust because, again, if they're just building a company off of power buying, it's a product, not a company.
Right.
I would agree with him long term, but for quarter one, quarter two, they're going to be fine. It's going to be a crazed market. So now 90% of people agree with him.
90%. So it's so 90%. Interesting, though, because if we go back to the top, again, if we're really sort of following, what did it say above that? Right here, by a buyer's market, 69% disagreed. Right?
Right.
Yeah, anyway. For following the theme. Anyway.
Number 12, iBuying gets trickier as prices slip in many markets. More part of a sobering market theme that prices are going to be slipping. Now, Goldman Sachs, Zillow disagree. 13.5% increase in 2022, they're predicting. But a new bottom creates opportunities for investors by the end of the year and into 2023.
Well, that I agree with.
Yeah, and I agree overall. I think iBuying clearly gets trickier on a large scale. We saw that Zillow gave it up. We saw that Opendoor is getting smacked in their faces on their stock valuation throughout 2021. And I believe that going into 2023, there are going to be more opportunities for local investors, the comeback of the local investor. So I agree. 83% of people agree with this as well. 13, on the executive front, leaders, not cheerleaders, will win the day next year. This was a runaway 97%.
I just don't even don't leaders agree. Always win over cheerleaders? Yeah, I'm not understanding, but
I agree. So
he obviously needed to hit 14.
I guess
he likes the number 14, so maybe. we had to hit it. Yeah.
So yeah, I agree. Leaders are going to be very important as always. 14, final Brad Inman prediction of the year. Actually, he does have a bonus prediction. We'll get into that one too. 14.
I haven't even read it yet.
Good agents will kick ass in 2022. A rocky market is kind to the tenacious, but less to the prima donnas. They will continue to peacock around, but no one will be watching. Yeah. 98% of people agree.
Obviously.
Agree.
Yeah.
All right. Bonus. And this is right with his sobering theme. So he's big on the market going down. He's the only one. He didn't predict that.
Or at least people getting a little bit more level-headed. Yeah. I feel like, yeah.
So bonus, a pile of Range Rovers and a few Bentleys will go back to the dealers. But the vanity plates, I sell XXX real estate, will last a career no matter what you drive. What do you think?
I mean, just because it's funny, you got to agree. I feel like he should have thrown like a BMW in there. Maybe that would have been a little bit more realistic.
Bentleys,
but,
I mean,
right?
I don't know. I feel like if you're getting a Bentley, you should be a baller. You shouldn't be financing those.
Or you've been a baller for plenty of years,
right? You're spoiling yourself.
You're not buying that year one.
89% of people agree. Anybody that lived above their means, and unless they're going to really back it up with some hard work, they're going to pay for it for sure. So
yeah.
He says, finishes Happy New Year. See you in NYC January for Connect. I won't be there unless, they want to make it very appealing for me to be there.
I think you say that every year and they never make it appealing. So
no, what's up with that? Brad, I don't know if Brad has that kind of pull now because
I don't know.
Because he sold the company. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this short clip from The Real Word, click here for another one.
Or if you like the full episode, click here.